Hello, folks, and welcome back to 3 at 3. 3 at 3 every business day. I break down the unusual options activity that our heat seeker algorithm has found, and I share it with you. And we hope you'll be so kind as to share it with a friend. As I told you last week, we cracked 17,000 subscribers. We are delighted for that. And remember, you can always pick up these broadcasts on YouTube. If you happen to miss a live one, you could pick it up on YouTube. You just type in Market Rebellion and then click subscribe, maybe even that bell right next to subscribe, and you'll be in with the rest of these folks that are nice enough to follow us, share it, and perhaps, if they choose to, trade on it. Because, as the disclaimer says, what I'm presenting is for educational and informational purposes only. I can't trade for you. I can't take profits for you. I can't take losses for you. You guys have to do all of them. And as you probably know, as an experienced investor, all investments involve risk. So tread carefully when you're entering someplace that you're not really so certain about. Our intellectual property rights are that we have copyrights, trademarks, registered marks, and patents on what you're about to see. So please, before you reproduce it in any fashion, ask us first. Thank you. Yep, it's 420, and I know a lot of you, depending how old you are, will remember that 420 used to be all about pot, and now it's all about the Doge. Dogecoin, of course, is almost a joke coin created by a couple engineers. And now I think it's the 4th or 5th largest crypto by market cap. And one of these days they'll figure out what to do with it. They keep calling it the people's coin. I think that's what Gene Simmons and Elon Musk tell me. But Doge has certainly had a spectacular performance, up 420% in the last week. Take a look, there's the graph. If you were somebody in there buying it and hodling it from approximately that 8-cent level that you see there on the screen, look at that surge over the past little bit. Just 1 week's time, folks, 420%. So that's why we do Doge of the day every day on our Daily Crypto Bite. The Daily Crypto Bite is myself, CJ, and Monty, the gentleman that created our curriculum over at Market Rebellion for crypto trading and crypto investing. They have lots of free information on our site, and they've got a chat room along with charts. They've got distance learning. We've got coaches and mentors. You decide what you need. You can get started by going over to marketrebellion.com/try crypto. You could join that chat room for $1 for the first month and then decide how valuable or invaluable it is to you. I encourage you to check it out, marketrebellion.com/try crypto. First one today, C's. This is Seaworld, of course, and bullish call buying in Seaworld when the stock was 51.40. They were buying the May 50 calls. So I am a fan of out of the money call buys because somebody's expecting some outperformance. But I also like when they buy a just in the money call. And I've got two examples of that today. Sees $1.40 in the money because the right to buy it at 50 is worth $1.40 at 51.40. And they bought these calls with a May expiration. I own the calls. I am selling upside calls against the calls that I purchased, because then I can mitigate to the best of my ability the directional bias that trade has, as well as time decay, theta, and beta. I can do all kinds of addressing of option issues by like Vega volatility. We're expecting some alpha too. We're hoping for alpha, that's outperformance. But as far as the option terms, theta and Vega, yeah, that's why I end up doing one-to-one call spreads a lot. For every option I buy, I sell an option. That way I'm hitting for average, not swinging for the fences. There is our Market Rebellion YouTube site. As you saw, that arrow goes sliding across. I'm going to see that one more time, maybe. There we go. As we see that arrow sliding across, that's showing you where to go to subscribe. If you type in Market Rebellion to YouTube and you click that subscribe button, then you get all of our videos. All of them are free. Everything we place on YouTube is free. And the only way you can get it every day and not miss it is to subscribe. Then you might even click that little bell right next to it to be alerted to it. Let's talk about Expedia, shall we? EXPE. The stock was $168.89. Call it 169, if you will. They're buying the 170 calls also in May. 6,000 of those trade. That's a big trade. 6,000 of those with earnings coming up that first week of May, because we kick off that week, the 3rd. I happen to know because I'll be going down to Puerto Rico and Miami for some conferences. And the 6th is when they have earnings for Expedia. Stock 169-ish. They're buying the at the money call. That is a look at that. And there is the stock up ever so slightly off of that bottom or that dip, because look, we were down hard today. I mentioned it on the halftime report. A lot of the reopening trades like Expedia, like Booking, like United, like American, like Sabre, any of the hotels from Marriott to PK hotels, a lot of these reopening trades were really being hit today. And that indicates to me, at least, especially when you see a 3.5% decline, that somebody was getting out of these trades. I'm not saying it's like an Archegos situation, but somebody big and other people were tagging right along with them, getting out of those reopening trades in a hurry. So I think that pushed this one down. I think it gives us a nice opportunity. As you see there, the high is basically 188 on the year, 20 bucks or 19 bucks lower than that. Yeah, I'll put on an option play for a rebound. If you'd like to learn more about what we do at Market Rebellion, remember, you can always go to marketrebellion.com/UOA. That's marketrebellion.com/UOA for unusual option activity. We have multiple trades per day in the UOA Elite. We've got one trade a day in a different service and one trade a week in another service. So you decide what's appropriate for you. Now let's talk about quick serve restaurants. QSR is a symbol for some of those restaurants. And those quick serves, we see bullish call buying. Stock 65.93. They're buying the 67.50 calls. So just out of the money calls, call it $1.50 above the market, like that, with the stock at 65.93. I think this is a reasonable play. There is the stock at 65.77 now. And again, you see that this one has done very, very well. Look at that 52-week range. We're practically up against the high end, which might be why people are trading the calls instead of buying the stock, because coming off a base at 38.66 on up to 68.48. So like the trade, I'm in the trade, and this one's also a May contract, so I'll probably be in it 3 to 4 weeks. Questions? Yeah, if you've got questions, shoot them into at Jon Najarian on Twitter. And let's start with DHI. Okay, this one's down hard today. DR Horton, DHI, down. What's up with it? Well, these guys, unfortunately, Main Street is watching. That's the handle, at Main Watching. This one had some pretty aggressive selling throughout the day today. So I have exited my trade in this one. The leftover trade that I had is a loss, and I decided to cut that loss and move on. So I saw it down earlier today about $5. Not exactly sure where it is right now, but that was enough for me to say, okay, I overstayed my welcome. I'm going to move on. It's a stock chart, and the handle there is ITZ, STOCK, CHARTZ. It's a stock charts. You mentioned yesterday laddering Apple calls 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 4 week. All of those covered calls the same price? No. How far out of the money? Well, generally, what I'm looking at is I want to get something that I'm getting something somewhat meaningful. I don't want to sell something for 50 cents. So I'm not picking a way out of the money call. But to answer the question directly, the 1 week calls that I've got on, that I put on 4 weeks ago, are expiring this week. So what I do in the case of weekly options is I'm normally buying them back on Thursday and rolling them out to 4 weeks into the future. So they've always got this constant conveyor belt of premiums coming in. Each one of them's at a different strike price. I like laddering both the strikes and the time because it lets me milk the most premium out of these options and get a little bit more upside with each one of those that I roll up and out. So that's the way I play it. Again, you guys have to decide what's appropriate for you, but it's a great question, and I get asked that one a lot. And that's how I play it. I ladder them using 4 separate time frames: weekly, 2 week out, 3 week out, 4 week out. And then as that week progresses and we get to approximately Thursday, I buy back the short option and kick it out 4 weeks into the future. Benny Wright, whose handle is at BENNYWRIGHT9. Today, Topps releases their first edition of official MLB NFT, non-fungible token. In other words, a one-of-a-kind, unique offering. It's not like a Bitcoin, because a Bitcoin is a Bitcoin is a Bitcoin. An NFT is a non-fungible token. That means it is completely unique. So these are going to sell out, or they did sell out in minutes. Any thoughts on how NFTs will help Topps, which Michael Eisner runs, now going public through a SPAC, MUDs? Yes, I think this is a brilliant move. I think Michael Eisner, that is, followed his passion, as well as kind of was looking around the corner and seeing what was about to happen. And Michael is in a unique position to profit from the inventory that Topps has, making those rare cards even more valuable by putting them on the blockchain and putting out an NFT, a non-fungible token. So yeah, I think it's brilliant. I think it's a great move by MUDs when they announced that they were buying Topps. And I think it is going to be, there will be some nice investment ideas coming out of those NFTs. William Cunningham at Trade All Day asks, hey, John, maybe on 3 and 3, you can tell us which SPY puts you're using that you mentioned on the halftime. Okay. They were buying the May 401 puts with the index, I think at 411. So I figured, hey, I've got a lot of exposure to the market. Let me take down some of that exposure by following in with the person that was buying all these puts. They bought 15,000 of them. So it's a pretty big purchase. That's 1.5 million share equivalent. So I want to follow right along with those folks. So that's what I did. And let's see here. MMM, and the handle there is at Xbox376. Jon Najarian, these freebies, is there somewhere, these free webinars, somewhere you can see the replay? I am away at work when you have these. Thank you. Everybody that signs up automatically gets sent a link the next day so they can rewatch it. So what I would say, MMM, is sign up even if you can't make it, because that way the next day you will get an email from us with a link to it. Alternatively, you go to that YouTube channel that I talked about and see all of them, because they all go up there, all of them on that YouTube channel. That's just youtube.com. Enter in the search bar, Market Rebellion, and bang, you'll be right there. Speaking of which, tomorrow, AJ Monty and I, our technician extraordinaire, will be talking about how we time the market. Now, some people on Twitter have been coming at me saying you can't time the market. Oh, yes, you can. And you can also time individual stocks, which is mainly what I do. So if you want to learn more about it, sign up for the webinar now, because otherwise, after we get over 10,000, you might have to only watch it on YouTube, because once we hit 10,000, that's our limit for now that we can have in the room. So check it out. You can go to marketrebellion.com, complimentary, completely free webinar with me and AJ Monty tomorrow at market close. And just the big windup. If you liked what I presented today, like to learn more about it, go to marketrebellion.com/UOA. If you're new to trading, go to marketrebellion.com/get started, and we can help you get started. So either UOA or /get started gets you where you need to be, where you want to be. Thanks for joining me here today, folks. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bang.